Welcome back to another episode of Make It Count. I am your host, Michelle Latocha, and today I have a very special friend and guest. We've gone way back. Lisa Carlomusto, owner of Dental Hygiene of Niagara. So welcome, Lisa.
Thank you for having me.
How are you?
I'm doing well.
Yeah?
Yes, thank you.
Are you excited to be here?
I am, actually. I'm so impressed.
We could talk for hours.
Yeah.
Right? Usually when we're talking, my mouth is open. That sounds really weird. But, she's asking all the questions when she's cleaning my mouth. But today I want to talk to you about your business. It's been amazing. How long have you been in business for?
Dental Hygiene of Niagara turned 10 years old in August.
Wow, yeah. 10 years old? Mm-hmm. I can't believe it's been 10 years.
I know.
10 years of really clean teeth. Like, my teeth have never been as healthy as they have been in the last 10 years. It's thanks to you.
Yay.
Yeah. Like, what made you get started in dental hygiene? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you go to school and then you're like, yeah, I want to be a dental hygienist. Like,
to be honest, I don't know why, but even as a child, I always concentrated on people's mouths. Like when you meet someone, like some people might notice your shoes or some people are like, oh, that smile, the eyes. I definitely have always been, I go straight to the mouth. And it's not that I'm looking for this like beautiful lined teeth, white smile. It's just the character of the person. And I've always just been obsessed with teeth. And I had a next door neighbor, actually she's passed now. Her name was Janice Altenberg, but she was a dental hygienist and I babysat her kids and she would come, I always just was obsessed with, she wore white scrubs and I thought she was really cool. And she would talk to me about her job and she would squeeze pimples in the mirror and I would be like, I love that. And like the way when someone like, when a whitehead comes out, you're like, yeah, it's the same satisfaction.
Really?
And that's how it kind of started where I was like, this is what I like. This is what I like doing.
Wow. Because this is the thing, like, they always say it takes a special person to work in healthcare or like, pick up garbage, but like to work in someone's mouth. And, I think there's like this barrier, right? Like a lot of people feel self-conscious about going and getting someone to clean their teeth because, maybe genetically they have a lot of tartar, right? Plaque like myself, or maybe they don't like their teeth. But going to you and your clinic, like you don't feel that way.
I'm so happy you said that because people are always like, oh, I just don't want you to see my mouth. I'm like, you don't understand. Yeah. It's not the dirtier, the better. But for me, it's like treasure hunting. Everyone that comes to me knows that I call it that. And truly, it's not just me. All dental hygienists that truly love what they're doing love the treasure hunt, like pulling the stuff out. And it's satisfaction because there's a beginning and an end. And you can see what you've done and it's so satisfying, but also it's part of your health. It's part of your overall systemic health. So you're actually helping that person also. And at my office, I don't want the patient's clients to come in and feel insecure, like, or embarrassed because our goal is to help you. And the more, the merrier. Yeah. So yeah, I'm happy that you said that because
I know it's great. And you also focus on health. Like I love how you said that because when I started, like we grew up, we didn't have benefits, right? My dad was self-employed, right? Italian household. So we went, but not frequently. And there never was any talk every time I went about like your overall health, right? When we started going to you started asking about like, how's your gut health? Like you taking our blood pressure. And I was like, this is so different. Like I don't get that care. I never had that care. And I think that's really helped me in the last 10 years because as I was growing up, it was like cavity after cavity. And I'm like, I'm brushing my teeth. I don't understand. But like you educate your patients. That's what I love about when I come to you. Like I learned so much in that chair. I know we could chat for hours. But like I learned so much about oral health, right? Is that what you do with all the patients?
Yeah. And dental hygienists learn this in school. And unfortunately, I think what's happened over time is that our chair time has been decreased because I don't want to say that production does matter because that's how you keep the business alive. You need to make money. And dental overhead is very expensive. So I don't want to say negative things about a traditional dental office that they just don't give you enough time because the math needs to math, but I feel like over time it has been, dentistry as a whole has become very like production driven, and dental hygienists haven't been able to do their scope of practice to the best of their ability because they just don't have the time, because we are supposed to update your medical history, take your blood pressure. 30-second blood pressure could save your life. There's so many people that we've had to defer and send a referral to their medical practitioner because their blood pressure was like 200 over 100. And then your assessments, and it really hurts my feelings when I hear it's like, oh, you need to floss more, you have gingivitis, or you have inflamed gums, and like next. It's not, you could floss 12 times a day, but have the best like regime, but you will still get inflammation if your hormones are out of balance. And there's so many things that are related. And I think now the nice thing is that we're slowly starting to talk about it more.
Yeah, more holistic.
Yeah,
like,
and
it's
it makes
not just a one cookie-cutter plan.
Or people will be like, I do this, and this. I only have like, I don't even drink liquid sugar. How am I getting cavities? Because we'll talk about like nutrition.
Yeah.
And then it comes out that they have like 3 double coffees a day.
Yeah.
And you're sipping on that same coffee, which is like a constant acid attack. So it's not just like flossing, brushing, like your home care. There's so many other facets that contribute.
Yeah, and I love that. I mean, but like, how hard was it? Like, I know you probably faced challenges. How hard was it to open up a privatized clinic that had to come with some obstacles?
Of course, because for starters, I was going against the grain. So I think it's a little more accepted now, but the business is 10, but I started this about 12, 13 years ago. Like the research and development of it all. And that was not, there was only like one other dental hygiene clinic that I knew of in the area, in St. Catharines, and dentists weren't really a fan. And I can understand, because you have to be, you can't just clean teeth. You have to also keep in mind that you're looking for things that you should be referring the patient to to the dentist or the oral surgeon or like whatever medical practitioner they require. So you do have to be like on the ball and I'm looking for the word, but
you need
devoted.
Devoted. Yeah.
So it was difficult, but it's interesting. Not that I don't get scared, but I don't know if this is part of my ADHD.
But that's another podcast.
Yeah, that's another whole other combo, but I never really think of the consequences after, like, or, if I do this, like I could potentially fail and lose all this money or all these things. It was just, those aren't even options. Like, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do it really well and it's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. So people were like, I don't get it. Like, why would I go to the dentist? Like, why would I go 2 stops when I could go to like one stop shop? And I was like, because I'm going to do a really good job and it's going to be thorough and you're going to experience the difference. Yeah. And you don't need to see the dentist every 3 months.
Yeah. And I can attest that, like, you know, you work closely with some dentists and, you know, you've referred me to my dentist for checkups and I love my dentist, but it's true. Like, I feel more empowered that, you know, when I go to the dentist is actually something that I really need to be attentive for. And I'm more knowledgeable about my teeth. Whereas before I was kind of like, I don't know what's going on. Like, you are more thorough. And I think because you're more thorough, people appreciate coming because, like you said, you've taken the stigmatism away from like, oh my gosh, like I have gross teeth. Like I feel bad. And I have tartar buildup because of the braces, right? But I don't feel like that. You know, I used to feel like that. That's why I never went to the dentist because I was like, oh, I don't really want to clean my teeth because then it hurts. And then, you know, you just like, there's a chain effect. But I think that you've done a really good job of blending and working closely with health practitioners in the area. I think that's really what you do well at your clinic. And I know I referred so many people to your clinic, but so many people that come out of your clinic, even with your other hygienists, are happy. Like my mom is one of them. Like she loves it. And she didn't really clean her teeth often, right? So I think you're doing that really, really well.
Thank you.
And because you have educated me so well every time I'm in that chair, I think we should play a game, okay? People who come on the show know I love games. Like literally, like I think I'm a child every single time. Like I had that kid at a party who's like, let's play a game. And I was like, no, we don't want to do that. I'm like, let's play a game. Okay. I still do that with my kids. So my kids have taught me a game called concentration, right? And I think you know it, right?
Yeah.
Like, because every school-age child knows this game. And I was like, oh my gosh, I love this game. So basically, I'm going to try to keep up with the dental words, right? And whoever repeats the word obviously is not the winner. You probably will win, but I want to see how many I can
won't because I like bail under pressure.
No, you don't. You don't. And honestly, this is like, okay. So, we're going to play. Ready?
Yeah.
Okay, let's play concentration. Oh, wait, okay. No, that's, how do I start it? Wait, oh my gosh. See, that's what I mean. Like, I need my kids here, right? Let's play concentration. I'll go first. And you will follow. Plaque.
Calculus.
Gingivitis.
Oral cancer.
Fluoride.
Linea alba.
Dentures.
Scalar.
No, I knew it. I was going to say, what is the thing they call cavities, but before cavities? Clear.
Caries is a cavity.
Caries. That's it. I was going to say
you
caries.
were going so hard. Like those are such complex. I was trying to think of the operatory. I'm like, okay, just start naming the things in the op, and then I was like drawing blanks. Like I couldn't even think of the word suction. I was like, what's wrong with me?
Okay, we're doing it one more time because I like no, I'm not gonna like give up after one. Okay.
Okay.
Ready?
Okay.
Let's play concentration. I'll go first, and you will follow. Dentures.
Suction.
Cavity.
Air water syringe.
Floss.
Dental chair.
Toothbrush.
Gloves.
Fluoride.
Ooh. Mask.
Polish.
Gauze.
Gloves.
Said that one already.
Oh, you did. Oh my God, I was so confident.
You did. You were like, gloves.
Oh my gosh, you're so good. I love it. Like, honestly, I could listen to you all day. I seriously, if you want to visit Lisa.
You should say that to Eric. That would do me.
Yes, exactly. Our husbands don't understand that we could talk for hours. Okay, let's chat about like being a momopreneur. Mm-hmm. As much as like you make it look seamless, like you really do. And I know everyone has like personal struggles and injuries, but coming from running, a business as well, being a momopreneur, like what advice? Because I think we need to stick together.
Mm-hmm. Such a convoluted question. You could, for starters, I love social media. I find myself I used to read before bed and now I'm like scrolling TikTok, Instagram. And I love it. I have recipes, whatever. But what I noticed a lot was a lot of like mompreneurs, it's almost like an advertisement now. It's like mompreneur, like hashtag. And I'm like, why are we like advertising this like it's cool? Because it sucks. And I say that in like a beautiful, wholehearted way, but I'm not I want to advocate for women all the time, but at the same front, it's so difficult to want to be this traditional mother. Like we both come from very Italian families, and I love that traditional aspect. And I know times have changed and I want to be careful with how I explain myself because I don't want to offend anybody, but I love how like my dad worked and my mom worked too, but she was home for 10 years, like raising us. And those memories, like I love my mom's role, my dad's role. And I always wanted that traditional part. But then there's also the like modern day Lisa that's like, I love being a business owner and I love having my plate over full. And I do it to myself. And they say what busy people like being busy. It is very difficult to have the traditional marriage and children and have your role as a mother and business owner, work full time. Because I don't just like own the business. I actually work clinically, like alongside all the staff. Like I don't even consider myself the boss half the time because we just kind of self-run each other.
Yeah.
But it's so difficult. And I have the second business, the shared office space. And it's just, there's never dull moment. And it is complicated because you can be the phone starts early in the morning and then you're dealing with the kids, or it's not seamless. And I try my best to be like, it's okay. Cause I also don't try to focus on the little things. Like I'm not super high strung on certain things, but it's mompreneur is it's a feat.
It's not easy.
Yeah.
And I know we've spoken about this before, where it's like when someone's like, oh, you must be so lucky. And then like you had to take a second back. It's like, I'm blessed. Absolutely. Because I think both of us have a very great support system. And I think you do need that. But you work your ass off to get here. And sometimes you feel mom guilt. It's a thing, right? Because, your business is your other baby. And you've grown that. And you're passionate because you love what you do. That's the difference. Like, it's not a 9 to 5 you can just check out. Like, you love what you do. So it is hard. My hope is always like the kids one day will be like, okay, I know what you did. And your mom and dad worked hard. And sometimes like we had a crazy lifestyle where we didn't have a family dinner at night like I was raised. But hopefully, they'll appreciate everything you've done. And I think that you are doing a good job. I think that we need to tell each other more, because there are days where you just feel like, oh my gosh, like I can't make the school play. Because, right, you're like, I can't do it. And then you feel guilt because like, oh, the other moms were there.
There's pros and cons for sure, because some pros, like you can make your own schedule. But then the interesting part is I quit a full-time 9 to 5 job to work way more. Yeah. And it's like, oh, like when you're like, I think the idea of entrepreneurship, or like when you own a business, people think you're just like bathing in the money and you're just like, oh, like I make my own hours. And like, really, you're just like figuring it out as you go. Like when COVID happened, I literally was like just starting to make money and I'm like, life is great. I'm like, yay. Now I have to find N95s. Like
I know.
There's always something. And when you're self-employed, even on my day off, I was in the hospital and I was getting messages from work, and my sister was like, she's my office manager, and she was like, hey, sorry to bother you, but blah, blah, blah. And I mean, she's been fantastic. Like without her, I truly wouldn't have known what I would have done for the last 4 months, but you still are never actually off from work.
You're never off. You're always on.
Like if a light bulb burnt out, or you need got to go do Costco because you need toilet paper, or
you're wearing so many hats.
Yes, like your HR, your PR, your everything are. You're just like, so it's a lot, but the people that are meant to do it, it's not. I can think of like some people I know in my personal life that I know they wouldn't be able to do what I do because it's just not in their personality. Like they couldn't do it, because you have to pick and choose your battles. And some things I'm like, really, like that doesn't even stress me out. Yeah. Whereas something else stresses me out that you're like, why are you overreacting? And I'm like, this is who I am. Yeah,
exactly. I think you're doing a good job. And I think, like I said, like we need to kind of really appreciate what we do. I think that everyone has their place in this world, and definitely you're doing a really good job with what you're doing. 10 years is no feat. And you went through a really tough time through COVID and redoing the office. So good job.
Thanks.
But I think that it's interesting, your stories, but I think our guest and everyone that's going to be watching would want to know a little bit more about you, because you're very interesting. Even though I've known you for years, I always find something interesting when I'm talking to Lisa. Okay. And I feel like I know the answer to this question, or I think I would have an answer for this question, but I want to know what you're going to say. Yeah. Okay. What other career choice would you be in if it wasn't dental hygiene?
Well, funny you ask me this question. I just was talking, I forget who I was saying this to the other day. Maybe was it you? I was saying how because my husband was like, you could just, why do you work so hard? You could sell the business and like work 2 days a week as a hygienist. And like, I think he likes me home. Yeah. Dinner's like on the table at 5 when I'm home. And I said, because my soul wouldn't be satisfied. Like I genuinely love client care. But I think if I'm going to, when the carpal tunnel sets in, I really love event planning.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
I really love it. Like
Just I've seen your parties. I've seen your decor. Okay. And just you, like when you dress up, it's in your blood.
I love that stuff. It is a stress, and that's also a very stressful industry. Like
Yes.
organizing, orchestrating, like the different vendors, just like construction, you got to line up
you're
the
project
trades
manager.
and you're just like, but with event planning, I don't know why. I just love it.
Yeah. I totally was going to say that, but I was like, oh my gosh, I knew you were going to say that.
When
See?
I go see, like every time I plan, I usually use Christina from Gala Decor. I love her. And I literally go to her and I already like know I'm like, this is what I want, what I need. And, da, da, da. And
Yeah.
I think if you talk to her, I think I'm one of her easier clients.
Well, it is easy to know what you want. Like the worst, honestly, client is the one that's like undecided.
Hey, Christina, I might need a job when I sell Dental Hygiene of Niagara.
We're plugging other businesses. Okay. Guilty TV show.
Well, I don't actually really watch TV, but when I do, I really love anything cartel related. Like La Reina del Sud is like really good. I love
Yeah, I can
cartel
totally
stuff.
see
Love
that.
cartel stuff. Also, I really like Dubai Bling.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that show I've watched like once, and I was like,
It's
oh
so
my gosh,
like it's ridiculous, but it's
over
just,
the top.
it's
But that's what I
good,
mean. I think
too.
that's why it's so interesting. It's so over
I
the
want to
top.
be like, I wish I could imagine walking down St. Catharines with like big earrings in your hair and like fur blazer and being
People
like,
will be looking at you like, I'm sorry, you need to be
it's
committed.
it's the style I would never personally wear in Niagara, but if I had the opportunity.
That is your alternate ego.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I knew it. I knew you were going to say
Dubai
some
Bling.
sort of reality show. Okay.
And cartel stuff.
Yeah, exactly. So we don't know what she does on her personal time. I mean, I'm not sure. Dressed up and night on the town or Netflix and chill.
Dressed up and night on the town.
Yeah. Okay. Like I think we know these answers, but it's funny.
But
Okay.
it depends like what I did that week. 'Cause sometimes I'm tired.
Okay. I'm tired all the time.
Like somebody asked me to go to Grape and Wine this weekend. I was like, I should go. I'm like, I like Grape and Wine, but I'm like, I'm tired. And
Oh
so
my
I said
gosh,
no.
you're hilarious.
I said no.
Pizza or pasta?
Oh, that's difficult because I do love pasta, but I like pizza.
So you're both.
I would say both because it depends on the day.
What? On the day.
And the type of pasta. Like,
Oh, you're one of those Italians that doesn't like certain pasta. Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
I
I didn't know
both. I can't decide.
that. Okay. If you could meet a historical figure, who would it be and why?
A historical figure? Oh, I'm going to say Martin Luther King.
Ooh.
Only because when in high school, remember when I ran for student council?
Yes.
I started my speech with, I have a dream.
Oh my gosh.
I have a dream that one day each and one of my students, or each and one of us students,
Yeah.
can have our cake and eat it too.
A little bit like Elle Woods at the same time.
Yeah, I did a mix, but I always found him very interesting, especially for like the era.
Yeah.
And he was very vocal, and that was very brave because it was a time where he really could have been.
Executed.
Yeah. So I've always found him like for his era, he was very unique and one of a kind for sure.
You're very brilliant. I don't know if someone's ever told you that. Like you really are. I mean, you have a really unique brain. Like, you know, you come off as very bubbly.
Neurodivergence.
Yeah, I know. Yes, this is the one she's wearing today. No, but you know what I mean? Like, you know, you come across as very bubbly and approachable and nurturing, but like when you have like a conversation with you, like you're really bright. You have a lot of information to offer, which is an amazing quality.
I used to read a lot.
Yeah. Now it's only
Now
dental.
I'm scrolling.
Okay, so to wrap this up, how can someone reach out to you in your clinic? And what's the like? You know, do they need a referral from a dentist or no?
No, it's you can email the clinic, call. Some people literally just message me on social media personally, and then I will like send their info to the admin, and they'll be contacted. But the website also has the
Okay, so
forget what
when
that's
we're
called.
wrapped up, and I'm going to post all the links to her website, I think it's really great to just kind of gander and look at what Lisa has to offer. Dental Hygiene Niagara has amazing hygienists also that work there. And I think that when you go there, you'll find that it's a wealth of knowledge, even if it's just like an info session of learning about your oral health, because as Lisa has taught me, oral health, it leads to other, organs in your body feeling your optimal health self, right? So thank you so much, Lisa,
The
for joining me
gateway
today.
to the body.
The gateway to the body, exactly. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.
You know that I root for you, and I'm always going to be coming to you for my teeth. And I'm going to leave you with a quote that I think really could resonate with Lisa is, you get in life what you have the courage to ask for. So thank you so much for joining us today, and we'll be tuned in next time. See you.